I'm over it. He's there. He showed up. He was there.
He's here now.
We're adding another one. Hold on. All right.
I'm over it.
Hold on. All right. Ready. Hold on.
I'm over it. He's there. He showed up. He was there.
He's here now.
I like it.
Welcome to the Bleedbigblue Podcast, dedicated coverage of the New York Football Giants by your hosts, Marco, Trifecta, T. Merritt, and JBW.
That's so loud. All right, boy. Who's playing it in the background?
Sorry, guys. I have it on my computer and on my phone.
Oh my God!
Already? Hey, I have it on my computer for you guys. It's there so I can make sure. I do that, and I can let you guys know when your audio dips. Okay?
There we go.
You guys.
That's fair.
He just got the show just started. He's already fucking up.
Yeah, we gotta mute him.
Man.
We gotta mute him. I can deal with the feedback.
Hey,
Turn your
I have a
radio
question
down.
though. Hey, how are you guys
Mute
able
the
to get
background.
Andrew Adams?
What?
We have big connections.
Yeah.
I obviously I see that. I mean, like, who had the connection to get him? Like, that's kind of a big deal. I mean, I think that's a pretty big deal. The fact that you're able to get Andrew Adams.
So wait a minute, you think Andrew Adams is a big deal, but that's not as big deal as opposed to Myron Guyton and Larry Reed?
That's a big deal. That's a big deal.
God.
I'm just saying.
Andrew Adams hasn't won a Super Bowl.
I know that. I know. Yet.
Wow,
Yet.
You know what? He goes on vacation for 2 weeks, and now he's getting an attitude.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm not having
Topping it, too.
Come on.
Listen, you know what? I don't know who approved the vacation. You're still interning. We needed
I'm still
stats for
interning.
these past 2 weeks.
I wasn't on vacation, okay? It wasn't as pleasant as you think it was.
Todd, I have a key question for you.
My name's
You gotta turn that.
Your name is Todd for the purposes of the show.
Okay.
Yeah,
fine.
you're Todd the intern.
Okay, it's fine.
Todd the intern.
Yep.
That's how we pay the bills, Todd. Get with the
I
program.
like it.
Are you questioning the power of the CEO?
I'm not questioning anybody. Nobody at all.
Everything that we have is because of the CEO.
I know my place.
He's learning. He's learning pretty quickly.
I've been
We
using
call
it
him
enough
the
to know
Godfather.
my place.
All right. So hold on. We have a few new sound effects that I wanted to go through. Are you ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Yep.
It's very
Is
important.
that the sound whenever a woman comes on so you can, when you guys
No, we gotta
with us?
Todd?
Close. That's when James and Justin come on.
NWO.
That's 10 minutes late.
Ready? Here we go. This is
Odell,
my favorite.
what's with you, Odell?
I like that one.
Of course.
I'll just slip it in.
Ooh.
That's not true.
That one makes you feel uncomfortable.
That's what she says.
God damn it. That was perfect timing.
All right, so we got something we could play around with. All right, Odell is back in camp. Are you guys happy? You're now.
I'm not happy. I expect
you
him
don't
to
have
be
to
here,
bitch.
so I expect him to be at camp, so I'm not really happy or upset about it. If he wasn't at camp, I'd have an issue with that.
I'll say this. I'm happier that he's there than when he wasn't at minicamp or
True.
OTAs or whatever you would want to call them. So, kudos to him for doing what he needed to do, for manning up and honoring his responsibility. And I'm willing to let bygones be bygones, and he better have a hell of a season.
Yeah.
Just a year, huh? James, that's what you
just a year.
Who do you guys? No, I mean, I'm agreeing with you. Who do you guys think is going to have a bigger impact this year? Brandon Marsh? What new person that we brought in the offseason, whether it be a rookie or just anybody that came in the offseason, who do you guys think is going to have the biggest impact? Do you think it's going to be like Brandon Marshall, Evan Ingram, maybe Fluker? What do you guys think?
Well, Fluker
or Darian Thompson coming back.
Fluker might have dislocated his elbow today.
Oh, yeah, I did hear about that.
In camp. So, the jury's out on Fluker and his capability. The sexy choice to say. But I feel like, in terms of players that we signed, the guy that you might see that has the most impact on the offense in terms of improvement in areas where we notice an uptick in efficiency is Red Ellison.
Red Ellison, oh yeah.
The blocking tight end, was an area where we clearly struggled last year, and it had an effect on the running game. And, in addition to being an above-average blocker, Ellison can make plays in the passing game as well. And we know that McAdoo's offense thrives on players being able to move all around different formations, and I think Ellison is one of those guys. So he's my dark horse.
Dark horse.
Tim, what do you think?
Now, what I'm thinking is nobody that's, as far as additions, I'm going to have to say it's, I'm going to say Tomlinson. Because if he plays any better than Hankins did, which supposedly he's a better pass rusher, that front four is going to be scary.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
What's the question?
The question is, out of everybody we brought in the offseason, whether it be a drafted rookie or just a sign-in in general, like an offseason free agent like Fluker, who do you think is going to have the biggest impact in terms of not even just like stat impact, but just one of those impacts that like maybe their stats don't show, but
Marshall.
You know what I mean? But like they do a lot of dirty work. Marshall.
It's a no-brainer. That's the easiest question I've been asked in a long time. Marshall. No doubt. And Marshall is heading Marshall to the offense. People have no clue. Well, dude, who did I stalk 2 years ago? Was it Anquan Bolden? Why did I stalk Anquan Bolden 2 years ago? Why did I stalk him 2 years ago? Because I thought the missing piece to the offense, whether no matter what Cruz, we didn't know about Sterling Shepard at the time. We knew that Cruz was a question mark. But I said, even if Cruz was going to be good and even half of what he was in the slot, what this offense needed was a guy who can consistently beat man-to-man coverage on the outside, one-on-one, not a fly-by-fucking-night Roger Lewis or King who's going to do it once in a fucking blue moon, but a guy that you could line up for 16 weeks and beat single coverage. And, gentlemen, they got a guy who usually during 16 weeks beats double coverage. The fact that they are adding Brandon Marshall opposite of Odell Beckham Jr., not to mention Shepard and Ingram and Perkins and the other guys, look, that alone, guys, people, you have defensive coordinators are going to have no fucking clue what to do on Sunday afternoon. Because Marshall will eat your fucking lunch for 4 quarters if you line up a cornerback across from him and say, one-on-one, that's it. Now, defenses are going to have an interesting choice to make. Do you say I take my second best corner and put him on Odell Beckham Jr. because then we're going to have help, or am I going to put my best? Because I think at that point Odell Beckham Jr. destroys people.
Yeah.
I don't think you can make a living with a second cornerback and just help on Odell Beckham Jr. And I still think that if you're giving your best corner, around 75% of the best corners in the league, one-on-one with Brandon Marshall, usually need help. And that's just talking outside the hash mark.
Stream fell off.
So
but the stream went up. There we go. It's back up.
It's Marshall.
Mm-hmm.
Marshall opens things up for them in a way that they haven't had in a very, very long time.
So clearly, out of Sterling Shepard and Marshall, we know which one is going to have a bigger impact. But who do you think is going to get more receptions, Sterling or Marshall? Marshall again?
Marshall. That doesn't take away from Shepard. I think Shepard could be just as lethal. You also have to factor in that Ingram's there. You're only playing with one ball. Beckham's still going to get his.
Man, we have weapons, man.
But if you got Marshall one-on-one, guys, if teams are blitzing and it's Marshall one-on-one, and you're confident in the route he's running, guys, it's over.
Yeah, just throw it to him.
It's over.
Just think about this, guys, though. What the fact is, like you said, you almost got to double Brandon Marshall and Odell, or at least have help. So that's going to open up things up. That's the other thing, but the other thing is who's going to be in the box when Perkins is running the ball.
Exactly. That's why I think a lot of people are saying that Carl Perkins might have a breakout year just because our passing is so dangerous.
If you said to yourself as a defensive coordinator, here's what I'm going to do. Right, this is what the Giants are praying. Okay? And this is why they took Ingram, because last year they took Shepard. They're saying to themselves, okay, if you're going to say to yourself, I'm going to take away Beckham and I'm going to take away Marshall. Well, if I'm the New York Giants and you're going to make a living doing that, I'm going to purposely run routes to take your safeties out of the play, and then good luck with your third and fourth corners or with a linebacker or another safety trying to cover Ingram and Shepard with a whole field one-on-one.
Yeah.
With no help. Good luck.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. If we're looking at the blueprint for this season, we don't have to look back very far. If you take a look at the 2008 season, before Plexico and Antonio Pierce got into some trouble at a strip joint with a gun. Plexico, if you're listening, please call in. Before Plexico, put a hole in his hamstring, defenses had the ultimate conundrum. If you don't double Plexico just because of his pure size, then Eli is either going to have him on one-on-one coverage, and he's going to beat his man and catch the ball, or Eli's going to be able to throw the ball up high and let a guy like Plexico, or in this case Brandon Marshall, use his above-average catch radius and make a play that only he can make. But
I think this team this year has a lot to show to even be that 2008 team, because one of the things that made that 2008 team so dangerous was the fact that they ran the ball so well.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And that 2008 team had Jacobs and they had Bradshaw, and they were next. I think this team this year has a lot to show. Who's turn the radio down?
Yeah,
that's not me this time.
You know it's an intern.
It's not me.
I mean, I hope this offense could look something like that 2008 offense pounded people.
Well, that's why I say after the Plaxico Burress injury, it changed the way teams were able to defend us.
Well, they were showing themselves.
Because you didn't have to worry about what the guy on the outside was going to do if you loaded the box to stop Brandon Jacobs. Brandon Jacobs was able to run the way that he ran, and Ahmad Bradshaw as well, because the wideouts, like Plaxico Burress, demanded the safety's attention. And once that was taken away, then, it became a lot easier to defend us because you didn't have to make those choices. So Brandon Marshall is the type of talent that's going to warrant attention. The question, like my fellow NWO brother pointed out, is can this offense make people pay for having to make decisions?
Well, it's all on Eli. I mean, if the offensive line, if you take Pugh at his word for what he said today, right, and you say, okay, the offensive line is going to take a step forward. Well, I mean, it's on Eli to make throws because you're assuming that a quarterback of Eli's ilk and one that prepares as well as Eli does, it shouldn't be about the reads, right? I mean, technically, he should go into games, and unless teams show him something completely different, he should have a good feel for what the defense is trying to do or where a blitz is coming from or how they're trying to attack the offense. And the fact that he has this many weapons, I think, could even help the offensive line more, because if he knows in a situation that a blitz is coming from a certain way and that they're dropping people back a certain way, and he's reading things the right way. And I think a big problem last year is that the wide receivers and the options he had couldn't win. Well, now you're looking at a situation where it's not a matter of if someone's going to win. It's just make the right read because you know the person's going to win.
Right.
I mean, if you're making the right read one-on-one, these guys, the guys who are going to be matched up against Ingram, he's going to be a problem. If you're making the right reads one-on-one, Shepard in the middle of the field is a problem. If you're making the right reads one-on-one, Marshall anywhere is a fucking problem. So assuming that all the attention is still warranted going to be on OBJ, Eli should be able to pick fucking teams apart.
I mean, we talk a lot about Eli, but, I mean, I think you already touched on this. I had to go for like 2 seconds, but I think it's going to come down to Eric Flowers. I mean, then again, the team has shown a lot of like faith in his new improvement with a slimmer body. I'm willing to give him a huge shot. The kid's still super young. He's got absolute talent. He's got the body for it. So I think we're talking a lot about Eli, but it's going to come down to how much time Eli has in the pocket.
Bullshit. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. You're getting paid $20 million. Okay, the offense is predicated on getting the ball out of your fucking hands in 3 seconds. Okay, help the fucking kids out. And I think a lot of the problem last year was guys couldn't get open. And there's no excuses this year. None.
Right.
Put the ball where it needs to be, on time, get it the fuck out of your hands. That's it. You help the offensive line to the fact that they don't have to block for 4, 5, 6, 7 seconds, where it's 1, 2, 3, the ball's gone. And now we've put you in a position, Eli, where there's no more fucking having to wait and worry about it because these guys are going to win. So make the fucking throws. That's it. Football. Make a play.
If we take it out even further, what it comes down to, and the reason that this whole season is sort of a referendum on Eli, I believe, is that the talent is undeniable at this point in terms of players that he has that can win at the line of scrimmage. They can win at the line of scrimmage. One of his 5 options, he has 3 wide receivers, a tight end, and a running back in Paul Perkins. One of those 5 guys is going to win on every play. The question
100%.
is, can Eli find the guy that's going to win and get him the ball? It won't be the same guy every time, but that's why Eli's the field general.
To throw.
And
put the ball
and if
where
he
it
doesn't
needs
have,
to be.
If he doesn't have a year that is reflective of the weapons that he now has, we could be having a whole different set of discussions next offseason. And
it's not just getting rid of the ball quickly, because any fucking scatterbrain could just stand there and be like, 1, 2, 3, throw it. Like it has to be. It has to be fucking precise, man. I mean, we're talking about no more fucking lapses where the ball's getting thrown around, where a guy's running free with a guy trailing him across the middle of the field with nobody there, and instead of putting the ball on his fucking numbers, the ball's at his ankles, or the ball's above his head, or the ball's behind him. And that one bad throw stops a drive. That one mistake is an Achilles heel to that drive. And you've seen it time and time again. Now, Eli is 2 Super? We're sitting here and we're talking about a guy with 2 Super Bowl rings as well. So we're not going to forget that fact. Eli, we're a big fan of Eli. Eli Manning's a great quarterback. But it's time now with these weapons, after the fucking years that have passed since Super Bowl, since the 2011 Super Bowl. It is time now with this team, with this defense, after an 11-5 season. There's no more excuses. Like this team should win 13 games at least.
We got a call. Ready? Let's take a call. Caller, are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's your name?
Yep. What's going on? It's Ken Fetcher.
Hey, what's up, Ken? Where are you calling from, Ken?
I'm from Jersey.
Jersey.
Oh.
All right. You have
I'm
any
a Jersey
questions?
boy.
What do you want to talk about?
I just want to talk about, now, I haven't missed the Giants game since I was 11 years old. Nice. It didn't matter. I would go to church with my grandmother in the Bronx, and we'd have...
You got to turn your radio down.
Huh?
Turn the volume down. Go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Perfect.
Yeah, we're good.
You're echoing, but go ahead.
Well, all right. So what I wanted to say was with the guy, the other guy that was just talking. Is he still here or no?
Everybody's here.
I'm the intern.
Everybody's here.
I don't think a lot of people realize that. Remember, McAdoo was Aaron Rodgers' coach. Eli Manning he's just getting used to doing these three step back drop passes, quick passes. He's not used to. He's not a drop. He's not a 3-step quarterback.
Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on. It was last year McAdoo's first year here?
No. But
how long has Eli been in the fucking offense?
Yeah, he's at McAdoo's offense. He's not in Tom Coughlin's old offense. Tom Coughlin's old offense was get the ball down the field. It wasn't none of these. It wasn't none of these 2-yard passes where, I mean, don't get me wrong, Odell was great coming over the middle. Yeah, you can do that with Odell. Now you have Odell, Marshall, and Shepard. There's no reason why this year he has to throw 2-yard passes. You get the ball deep. When we went deep, that's where we started moving the ball. Once we started making these, letting Eli drop back for a 3-step quick pass, yes, he was throwing at the ankles. He was throwing it behind the receiver. Receivers were making him look good once in a while. But McAdoo's a way different style of coach. Remember, he was the quarterback coach at Green Bay.
You know, but I get what you're saying, but I see where you're going. But you have to remember, if you don't have a tight end, wide receivers that can get open, where the fuck? Who are you throwing long to?
How can you not throw long to Odell? And now you have Brandon Marshall.
Because Odell's got 3 guys on him. So if Odell's got 3 guys on him last year and the last 2 years, if Odell's being covered by 2 or 3 guys, who are the guys that are getting open?
No, he's saying
Who
this
you
year.
throwing
He's saying there's no reason. He's saying this year there won't be any
could have hit Victor Cruz. To me, the Giants' mistake, was getting rid of Martellus Bennett. If we would have kept Martellus Bennett, we would have had an even better offense. I don't think anyone was like, oh, I don't like Martellus Bennett. Martellus Bennett, I said last year before Gronkowski got injured, I said Martellus Bennett's going to take away from Gronk, and he did. If we would have kept Martellus Bennett, it would have been a whole different ball game.
Yeah, but if we're keeping Martellus Bennett,
how is Martellus Bennett going to help you throw the ball downfield?
Because Martellus Bennett was that type of tight end that you have to double cover. Because if you don't double cover him,
I don't think Martellus Bennett was that type of tight end back then. I think he became one of those type of tight ends. I think when we had
Martellus Bennett's that type of tight end
is not what he is now.
I don't think Martellus Bennett has ever been that type of tight end. I'm sorry, guys. I think he's a good tight end, but he was the black unicorn for a little bit, but come on.
The black unicorn.
Fucking really? Martellus Bennett? He's going to open up your offense? It's not like you're talking Jimmy Graham 5 or 6 years ago or Tony Gonzalez. Martellus Bennett is a serviceable tight end. He's a good receiving tight end. He's not a tight end that takes the top of a defense off. He's not a guy that's going to stop Odell from getting double or triple teamed.
He's better than serviceable. He's probably like a top 8 tight end.
He's top 8. See, I put him up there with now. I probably had him now, probably in the top 5 now. He's grown into that type of receiver.
Yeah, but what is that? He's grown it. First of all, the tight end position blows throughout the league. Okay, so even to say he's a top 8 tight end, like there's a handful of tight ends in this league that you fear. Martellus Bennett is not one of the guys that you fear. He's a guy that he's like a Delaney Walker almost. Like he may catch like 6 or 7 balls. He may get like 8 to 10 yards a catch. Occasionally, he may. I think Delaney Walker is better than him. To be honest, if you gave me a choice between the two, I'd take Delaney Walker over Martellus Bennett any day of the week. Martellus Bennett's a good football player. I don't see how adding Martellus Bennett to last year's Giant team all of a sudden opens up the offense for them. You still have another wide receiver on the outside that can't win.
I'll tell you one way it helps out, though, James, is Martellus was a great blocker. And that's one reason the Giants went out and got Ellison and crap, because our tight ends couldn't block.
Okay, about the passing game.
Which took away from the running game. But the thing is, if you can't run, it's harder to pass.
That's the other thing, that if you're going to have a passing game, you have to have a running game. And we don't have that. I'm hoping Perkins can do a little something, because he was showing a lot of potential. He was quick, but you can't rely on Eli all the time.
They need balance. Without a doubt, they need balance. They need balance in the offense.
We haven't had a good
put themselves in a long
time.
I have no clue why they didn't go out and sign Blunt. That should have been their number one person.
We didn't need him.
We didn't need him.
I don't think Blunt was the number one person. I think Blunt was one of those people to where if he was willing to work out a deal, come with us, then we take him. I don't think Blunt was one of those guys that we're going to go out there and we're going to reach our neck for, stretch our neck for, stretch big money for.
But I will say this. We said in the off season during free agency and all this stuff, we said, listen, there is no reason at this point to be complacent, right? This team was so close, and they had the resources available to address every need. I got news for you guys. Going into the season, if there's one concern, and I like Perkins. I'm high on Perkins. I think he's going to be really good. But if there's one concern, guys, when you need a 3rd and 1, who's the back that's getting it for you right now?
Well, forget about 3rd and 1.
They don't. Giants don't. To me, Perkins should be the starter. Now, a lot of
people
without
a doubt. Now, I'm reading from what I'm reading now. He's going to be the every down back.
And see, that's the thing I don't like. Because you know who I like? I love Shane Vereen. I've always loved Shane
Vereen for a third down back.
For a third down back, because that's the other thing. That's the other option we have. You put Shane Vereen in. Who you gonna double cover? You double cover now with our offense. You can double cover OB. You can cover him. Then that leaves you one-on-one with Marshall, or that leaves you with Shepard. Hoping Ingram is going to be a phenomenal tight end. But now you can bounce Shane Vereen. You could bounce Shane Vereen out for a quick 1-yard pass, and he could take that ball for 15, 20 yards. If we had a nice 3rd down and 1. But
I'm
then again,
I'm concerned about who's going to be the physical back.
That's where Blunt should have came in.
That role.
Yeah, but
that's where Blunt should.
Just like Gallman's a rookie. Like I would have more confidence at this point if you told me that the short yardage back was going to be Sean Drone than I would if you told me it was going to be Wayne Gallman.
I mean, he had 6 touchdowns last year. I don't think we should be sleeping on him too much.
I mean, I'm fine not to sleep on Sean Drone. Sean Drone.
I'm fine with Perkins being the guy.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you guys made a video on Sean Drone.
And I don't know if you guys are gonna like me saying this, but Giants need to do something with Flowers.
They did. The guy's been working.
They told him they believe in him.
He's lost a ton of weight. They're going to give him another shot. And honestly, I think the Giants deserve to give him another shot. I think the fans deserve to give this kid one more shot. I think we do.
I'm giving him.
Especially with all the work he put in this offseason.
My wife's a big Dallas Cowboys fan.
Oh, bless her.
Sorry to hear that.
Are you sure? Why'd you marry her, bro? I'm just kidding.
She gave me 2 great kids. But,
all right.
But she likes Flowers. She calls him the Fat Barry Sanders.
Oh man.
I've seen Flowers. He's lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
He kills us. He kills us on 3rd down.
The thing about Flowers, when you look at Flowers' bad plays, okay? When you look at Flowers, when Flowers is able to make contact with the person, he usually is able to hold long enough. Flowers' issue last year was not being able to initiate enough contact on the point of the whistle as soon as the ball was snapped. That's why he lost weight.
Forget that shit. Forget that fucking whistle. Fucking on the. Here's the fucking deal on Flowers. We reached on Eric Flowers.
Yeah, we did.
Okay. We reached on Eric Flowers because we needed a tackle. Eric Flowers, if you were paying attention when Eric Flowers was drafted, Eric Flowers was supposed to go in the mid-late 1st round. Okay, he was a project. A lot of people projected him to be a right tackle. The Giants drafted him too early and said, you're going to be the left tackle.
Yeah.
The kid struggled in his first year, played every fucking game, showed up the next year, got hurt, played in every game but one. And if you look at the numbers, when he had Pugh next to him, he actually graded out pretty fucking well. When he didn't have Pugh next to him and Pugh was hurt, he actually graded out pretty fucking bad. He had no help from any tight ends that could block on the other side of him. So when you really take a step back and look at it, was he out of shape? Definitely. Okay? But he's young. He's young. He's immature. He's frustrated because he's playing a position. He's raw. Okay? He's getting beat. The media is beating the shit out of him because there's so much pressure on him. Left tackle, New York, Eli Manning. Okay? He comes in the second season. Maybe he's trying to overcompensate when Pugh's gone, do a little too much, and it actually hurts him. When Pugh's there, he could focus on his fucking job, and he actually does it pretty well. So now the kid ends his second season. He's been criticized to all hell. He's played hurt all season. He showed up and played hurt all fucking year. He's gotten a little better, no matter what anybody wants to say. Over the course of 2 years, you could see improvement. And now he sticks around during the off season.
He lost a lot of weight. He looks really good.
He looks fucking phenomenal. He's gotten quicker. And one thing about this kid that I did like when he was drafted was they said he came with a mean streak. So if this kid's playing with a chip on his shoulder, and let's give him a chance. He's a baby. And he's 22 years old. He's 23. He's a baby.
But now, what do you do? Because we might lose Fluke too, because he just got injured too.
What happened?
You can replace the red card.
Yeah, you can replace the card. But the other thing you guys got to realize too is
Brett Jones. You can bring in another guy that gets cut. There's money to be spent. You can go get a right guard. I'm not. And what's the injury on Fluker? Do we know how severe it is?
I don't think so.
No, not yet. But there was a saying. My wife's getting ready to go to a wedding. Her best friend is getting married to the tight end coach for the New York Giants.
Oh wow!
Well, nice,
deep, man. You better be getting
get the scoop.
I'm upset I wasn't invited.
Well, my wife doesn't want me to go because Tom Coughlin's going to be there. Eli Manning's going to be there.
Oh my gosh, you better go.
Carson. She goes, don't. I was like, babe, if I go, I'm dressing in nothing but Giants gear. Are you kidding me?
Correct. Yes.
I will. Babe, come on, do the services. Listen, I'm trying to ask, Tom Coughlin, what's going on? Can he? Because my wife's a ticket broker. Our first date, she brought me down on the field and into the locker rooms.
Oh, God.
Nice.
So I go to almost out of the home games. I probably go to 4, 5 home games.
Nice.
But oh man. But
she's a Cowboys fan.
Yeah, she is a Cowboys fan.
That's poor thing.
She went to bed. She went to bed early last year.
Fan, so.
I know.
All right, Ken. Thank you for calling in. We're going to let a few other people get through the lines. Okay.
Good talk.
All right, guys.
All right, man.
Have fun
at the wedding.
Awesome job.
Yeah, get to that wedding.
Have fun at that wedding.
All right.
And I do want to put out there, guys, the other thing that Eric Flowers, you guys forget is our offense was so damn predictable last year. It's not like they didn't know when it was passing now.
True.
Which put him at a disadvantage as well.
Here's where we are with Eric Flowers, okay? Everybody, because I see it all over social media everywhere. People complaining about Eric Flowers. We didn't do enough to upgrade the offensive line. My question to those people is, what did you expect us to do? Eric Flowers, he's 23 years old. The replacements, the players available in this draft, Garrett Bowles is 25. I'm sitting there. I have a motivated, lean left tackle with 2 years of experience going into his third year, or I take a guy that's 25, so he's even further into his career and closer to his prime as a rookie, and teach him the system and basically start him from scratch at an older age. What am I going to do? I'm going to stick with Flowers.
In free agency, and you spend a ton of money on a I mean, what were the options? I mean, really, look at the contracts that the left tackles in free agency signed this year, and look at the players that signed those contracts. It's laughable.
Meet the Met said he would be sitting next to Eli taking shots with Tom Coughlin. He would be going to the wedding.
Hey, the stream dipped. All right, back up. James, I just love how you challenge every single person who comes on here. And I'm not even being sarcastic. It's actually really fun to watch. Because it's here, actually.
You have to. I mean, that's what we're here for, right? A little debate, a little fucking devil's advocate.
I love it. It's funny because I'm just sitting here and I'm like, I know you no harm by it. Your voice is naturally so aggressive.
New world order. That's fucking right, yo.
Relax, Mini James. Relax.
Oh, my God!
No, but he made a couple of valid points, but you know what? I'm just the type of douchebag that when somebody says something that I disagree with, I'd speak up. That's all. I challenge people. It's fun. That's what we're here for.
Yeah. And we would have never. I like Martellus, but we would have never paid him what he wanted or what.
I like Martellus Bennett, but I mean, for what he wanted and what he brought to the fucking locker room and all that stuff, like I don't know. I mean, he's not an otherworldly tight end. Like, I'm not, there's a reason why, it took a little bit for teams to sign him, or he bounces around from team to team, guys. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, he's a valuable piece when he's there. He's a complementary piece. He serves his purpose, but, I mean, he's not a guy where if we would have let him, if we would have kept him, he would have been a difference maker. Like, we would have not made the playoffs those years that we didn't have. If we had Martellus Bennett all of a sudden before last year, we're a playoff team. No.
But when Martellus wanted a contract, wasn't that when we were trying to deal with Cruz contracts?
Yeah, it was a bad. It was more timing than anything.
Yeah, there was no way we didn't have the money to sign those guys anyway.
All right, so look, you guys know I'm young, right? So you guys know that already. So on y'all's Facebook, whenever Odell was apparently, holding out for money, I saw a lot of older people comment on y'all's posts oh, it's Tiki all over again. Like I said, I'm really young and I didn't know football when Tiki Barber was our running back. So what do people mean when they say it was Tiki all over again? Did he get really money hungry on the Giants at one point?
I don't know.
I don't know why they said that.
Yeah, I wouldn't know why they said that. Like I would say, what I've seen is on more of the social media type is when it comes to comparisons, I've seen more of a Tiki to Cruz comparison.
I'm sorry, that's what it was. Yeah, it was then. I'm sorry, it was back then. It was on your Victor Cruz post. Somebody said it's Tiki all over again. My bad.
Yeah, well, Tiki in 2000. I mean, Tiki. You got to remember, Tiki came into the league and he was a fucking punt returner and a third down back. And when Tiki, every time Tiki had the ball. I remember from watching the games with my brother, whenever Tiki had the ball and he was in the open field, you were going, run, run, run. And the minute he was about to get hit, the whole room together would yell, hold on to the ball, because he was just going to fumble it.
That's not true.
It is true. Well, fucking tell me, Francesa. It is true.
That must be weird having yourself scream at you.
Yeah.
So Tiki put the ball on the ground a lot. And then Tom Coughlin showed up. And Tom Coughlin turned Tiki Barber into Superman. Tiki didn't fumble anymore. Tiki was an all-around back. He was a three-down back, and he was a fucking monster. But Tiki was a stuck-up douchebag and talked a lot in the locker room. He announced his retirement in the middle of a season, in the middle of a playoff run. And then after he retired, he took a shot at Eli Manning in the media. After he left, he pretty much threw Eli under the bus in 2007. And then Eli won the Super Bowl. So
threw him under the bus about what?
He threw him under the bus about how he is in the locker room and how he's comical, how he's not really a leader in the locker room, how the guys pretty much, they think it's a joke when he talks and stuff like that. So there you go. There's your comparison.
I hope it's not like that anymore. That's kind of sad.
Everybody hates Tiki. Everybody hates Tiki.
Everybody hates Tiki.
We have somebody in the chat right now just saying, I love Tiki.
Tiki was one of the greatest Giants running backs ever. And he's still one of the most hated players.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. The comparisons between Tiki and Cruz are numerous. I mean, they both came into the league, as
underrated
players that had a lot of physical talent, but there's a lot of skepticism about whether they could put it all together. You could make arguments that they both overachieved in terms of what they were able to accomplish during, a 2 to 3 year period, and they both, thrived in the New York media and tried to make the media their career after football. And to do so, on the way out, they both took shots at Eli Manning, who, quite frankly, doesn't deserve it. So, in Tiki's case, he's just jealous because Michael Strahan got every job that he ever wanted. We'll see what happens with Victor.
Honestly,
I'm
one
not
of my
100%
favorite Giants
what's
ever
happen
has
there.
got to be Justin Tuck. I love Justin Tuck.
Justin, is your boy?
Yeah, I always liked Justin Tuck when I was younger. Watching him, I thought he was really cool. I always liked him.
Mm-hmm.
It's so sad because Justin Tuck wasn't even that long ago, and here I am saying.
There's no argument here. We're fine with Justin Tuck.
Yeah, I liked him though. But it's not even that long ago. I'm saying when I was younger.
What, you don't like Justin Tuck?
I never said that.
I do like Justin Tuck. Damn you and those fucking things. You're gonna have a blast in that stuff, man.
Yeah, we're all just sitting at the house doing this.
Yeah. Hold on. Hey, Tim, you want a drink?
Yeah.
Oh,
nice.
I'm parched.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right, wait. Tom was blasting me on, I think on Facebook. He's on YouTube right now, saying that I wouldn't have called Odell out if he didn't show up today or yesterday.
Oh yeah.
That we wouldn't have called him out?
Yeah. He was like, you guys wouldn't have said it. Would you guys even be mad if you didn't show up? Something along that line.
Oh, are you kidding me? Does he know who's saying that?
First of all,
Did you listen to the show?
Yeah, I just mad at everybody.
Justin and James are mad that he didn't go to voluntary OTAs. They're mad that he didn't show up to some charity events. You kidding me? If he missed mandatory, they would have been all kind of pissed off.
I would have been furious if he missed the mandatory one. I was annoyed that he missed the OT. I was annoyed that he missed the voluntary ones. I would have been fucking infuriated if he would have missed the mandatory ones, especially with 2 years on his contract. If you had a year on your contract, I can understand. You want to play the game a little bit. I get it. You're one injury away from fucking not being able to get another contract like that ever. I understand. I could respect that. With 2 years on your contract, you better fucking be there, yo.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people who don't really know how the Giants like to work as an organization, and they keep saying things like, "Well, the Giants better give him his money now." Like the Giants aren't like that. They're going to finish their contract. The Giants are, I think they're a little more professional than that. They're going to handle their contracts, and then they're going to be like, "Look, when you got a year left, we'll talk. But for now, you have 2 more years with us. Play your football." And I kind of like that.
I don't even think. See, I think that since the Giants drafted him, he needs to be very fucking careful. Because if the Giants, that at any point over the next 2 years, if his little antics end up adding up to being quite the distraction, the Giants will franchise his ass.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah.
The Giants will franchise his ass. And the Giants can franchise him twice. So technically, he's not going anywhere for another 4 years. So Mr. Beckham needs to fucking just...
No, he's going to be a Giant for life, guys. There's no way the Giants are going to learn.
I totally agree that they're going to sign him long term. That there'll be an extension done and all that stuff.
On us, then, I mean,
but he has no leverage. He has zero leverage. Zero.
All that scares me is I remember when it was Nick's contract year. I was a huge Knicks guy. And then he just shit the bed.
But Nick is nowhere near. Nick is nowhere near Odell Beckham.
Yeah, well, Knicks was hurt too, though. I mean, Knicks was playing on one leg that year.
He showed up to camp on voluntary OTAs and broke his foot. That's what happened. Downhill.
That's why I rather him show up.
That's exactly what happened, Marco. Isn't it?
That's exactly what happened.
He showed up on voluntary OTAs and broke his foot.
Yep, that was. I was literally setting Marco up for that, and I'm glad Marco took it.
Actually,
when we say Odell Beckham has no leverage, we mean he has no leverage. For him to sit there and insinuate on Twitter that he wants a new contract when he's 2 years out, it's absurd. No team in the league is going to re-up Odell Beckham with 2 years left on their contract. I don't care who they are.
I'll tell you right now, though, you want to make the guy happy. And you can't blame him. He's a top receiver in the league. He's making $1.8 million.
Yeah,
they catch the ball in the fucking playoff game.
It's not like
they catch the ball in the fucking playoff game, then catch the ball in the fucking playoff game.
Right. Come and negotiate with me from a position of strength, because at the end of the day, if Odell Beckham wants to go, he's going to go. But
we all know Odell doesn't want to go. I mean, that's pretty much obvious.
I'll throw this out.
Odell doesn't want to go.
He doesn't want to go. It's the best market for him to be in.
Guys, it doesn't matter what the fuck he wants. It doesn't matter what he wants. You have him under control for at least the next 4 seasons. He can't go anywhere. He has no leverage at all. So he needs to shut the fuck up and just produce on the football field. Stop worrying about coming to practice with cleats that have pieces that the media all over it crossed out, and just make catches in the playoffs. And you'll get your new contract. I guarantee you, Odell, if you're listening, call in, by the way, if you get to the playoffs next year,
Jay,
first of all,
if you get to the playoffs next year,
get your shit together, Odell, but if you're listening,
if you get to the playoffs next year and you catch the ball, you'll get your new contract. I guarantee it, buddy.
First of all, did he have the Bleedbigblue logo on his cleats?
I could have sworn. I think they're on the backside of the cleat. I don't think we saw those yet.
First of all, whoever's good with Photoshop, put it out there. Bleedbigblue logo on the cleats.
That's a great one. Yeah. Get Photoshop on there.
Guys, there's a question that came in from the comments. I already know the answer to this, and I already answered them in the. I want to hear James.
Well, first of all,
whoa,
stop right there. Interns don't answer fucking questions. You
it's
know,
not my question. Wait, it's not my question.
Relay the question, Todd, and then relay our answer. Take a memo.
Oh, hold on.
Oh boy, back after this.
What's that?
Oh, you know that's a box. You know it's I'll give it a minor penalty.
All right. Come on, you want to hear this question? I'm serious.
What's the fucking question already?
All right.
Yeah, what's the question?
Tom in the chat asked, should we trade Odell Beckham for Antonio Brown in a second round?
No.
First of all, put him in the box for that question anyway.
Yeah,
it wasn't my question.
Tom.
But you answered it.
I already answered him no.
What was the gentleman's name? Todd, stop speaking. What was the
Why did you
gentleman's
justify that with an answer?
What was the gentleman's name that asked that question?
It was Tom Liu in the chat. Tom Liu.
Tom, if you're listening, before that question, I always thought there were no dumb questions. You have proved me wrong.
I told him no offense, that was just straight retarded. He said just saying.
All right there, Todd. Time for the box.
Yeah.
Box him up.
You go to the box.
He's in the penalty
Yeah,
box.
you got a minor.
Listen,
answering for us.
You're going to ask
Wait, hold on.
He answered a question. Intern's already thinks he's running.
And the second round pick.
If you're going to ask questions on this show,
Madden.
Yeah.
if you're going to ask questions on this show, you take responsibility.
Yeah.
That's why
You're going to read questions, but they come
Please,
from your
anybody
mouth.
who wants to have questions, ask them. But let's get realistic. We aren't playing fantasy football. This is real shit, guys. This is our off season.
I mean, this is. They're not going to make that trade, and we're not going to make that trade. So, I mean, it's unrealistic. If you want to make that trade on Madden and have fun with it,
wait.
Have a go.
I wouldn't make that trade on Madden either.
Is because we're getting Odell pretty cheap, and didn't Antonio Brown already sign this big deal?
Yeah,
So
Antonio Brown's making $17 million.
Yeah, but you can argue that Antonio Brown is better than Odell Beckham Jr. So if it's going to cost you more money, if you're Pittsburgh, why would you make the trade?
I'm going to say Odell's better than Antonio Brown.
I mean, you could argue either way. I mean, you really could. We could sit here all night between him, Julio, and Antonio, and argue all three ways and make convincing arguments for all three. I mean,
and I'll put AJ Green out there as well. Put AJ Green out there as well. AJ Green is in that mix.
No,
he doesn't get his. He's in Cincinnati. It's not his fault. He's not a passing team. But he's only a threat out there.
No, I like AJ Green. I just those are the three. Like, to me, it's like those three, and then like you can give me like AJ Green and Mike Evans and maybe some other guys there and Jordy Nelson. But to me, like when you talk about the top three receivers in the league, you can take them in any order, and it's like Brown. Like if you had to split hairs and say who are the top three, you can say AJ Green's fourth. But I mean, I don't think AJ Green's better than either one of those three guys.
I think we need
you know what? I've seen Antonio Brown get shut down too much. I would literally go from 1 to 3. I would say Julio. I would say Julio, Odell, AJ Green, Antonio Brown.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of. Stop it. Just fucking stop it, Timmy. Yeah.
So, first of all, Julio makes catches in the playoffs. That's why he's got the edge over Odell.
Come on.
Yeah.
No way.
Antonio fucking Brown. You're going to say AJ Green is better than Antonio Brown, dude?
Absolutely. I've seen Antonio Brown get shut down. You're completely shut down.
That's factually inaccurate, Tim.
And they have tons of weapons on Pittsburgh.
I've seen
Who the hell is Cincinnati threatened with?
I've seen AJ Green just disappear for large chunks of seasons.
That's factually inaccurate, Tim.
AJ Green can go up and get it. And he has to. He's usually getting like triple teamed because there's no one on the other side. They have no running game. It's usually and AJ Green's the whole damn offense, and they've been in the playoffs. You know, pretty much every year he's been there.
Stop it! Just stop it! Just stop.
You're saying
AJ Green
don't have a running game?
AJ Green is an excellent wide receiver. He is not better than Antonio Brown. He's just not. I mean, he's just fucking not.
Twitter poll it.
Oh, that's it.
Are you kidding me?
Landslide question.
Twitter poll, because I just want to put it out there. The last time we had a Twitter poll, I won. I'm going to say AJ Green over Antonio Brown. Who's with me?
Tim, you're going to lose this Twitter poll like 80% to 20%.
No, you know
I'm going to say I'm winning.
They'll probably win it 63 to fucking forget about it.
I got to see how many times they're going to vote today. Can I continue to vote?
Those were the same idiots that said they would take McNabb over Romo, right?
McNabb over Romo all day.
Oh, what stupid.
I cannot wait till fantasy football is on the line. And you're going to see the team I put together compared to what you're going to be putting together.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I can't wait till you guys, see me with the belt. The belt comes out.
If you got the fourth pick and I got the third pick, just know that AJ Green will be waiting there for you on the board.
Hold on. AJ Green, Antonio Brown. Those are the only two we're putting on there.
Yeah. We have no problem. I have no argument with Julio, and I have no argument with Odell.
It's up.
I have no argument with either three of them, except AJ Green. I don't know how AJ Green got into that discussion.
He's a top receiver. He just doesn't get the hype. He's in Cincinnati.
He's a great receiver, but he's not those three. He's just not. I mean, I like him. He's a really good receiver. He's a great receiver, but he's not in the upper. He's not a top three wide receiver in the league. He's not better than Antonio Brown. I mean, I just don't see it.
AJ Green has maybe a little less speed, not a little less speed than Antonio Brown. You got the size over him.
Man, I don't give a shit about size, dude.
And I think A.J. Green's got better hands.
Here's what I care about.
I don't think he has better hands.
Here's what I care about. Production.
Mm-hmm.
Antonio Brown is the most productive wide receiver over the past 3 seasons.
Good point there.
That's because of Ben. Let's be honest. That's because Roethlisberger can sit back behind the pocket forever.
How many games has Roethlisberger missed over the last couple of years? How many games has Roethlisberger missed over the last couple of years?
And what did Antonio Brown do in those games?
He's playing with fucking. Who's even their backup? What's that kid's name? The kid with the hot girlfriend, but he's terrible.
Who?
Exactly. We have no clue who the fuck that kid is throwing him the ball. And if you look at the end of his season numbers, even with that kid playing for a chunk of fucking games the last 2 years, his numbers are insane.
Mm-hmm. I don't agree.
Oh, Antonio's a fucking man beast, bro. That's a badass man right there.
I'm not saying he's not good. I mean, obviously he's the 4th best. I didn't say he's, last. I'm just putting A.J. Green above him.
I never said that.
We got some good ones.
Fred Sessa.
Timmy getting destroyed.
Yeah.
Do you think he'll get 3 votes? Do you think A.J. Green will get 3 votes?
Out of how many votes?
No. Total.
Well, we'll see once. If this Twitter poll's still up after we get off the show, yes, you will have 30 votes.
30. All right, we'll let it run. If the Twitter poll is up, I put a link in the description on the YouTube chat if anyone wants to go. Maybe I'll do the same on the Facebook.
I got another Twitter poll for you guys. Most hated host on Bleedbigblue.
Oh, definitely me.
Put it up there.
That's a good poll. That's a good Twitter poll. Which host do you hate the most?
I Bleedbigblue. Yes. And please leave comments. Please leave comments.
I just want to say
hello to the bad guy.
If you look at my YouTube videos, I have the most hate. You do have the most hate on the YouTube videos. that goes, yes. If you want to go that far, yes, Justin. they destroy Justin.
Wait.
Nobody likes what I have to say.
I'm going to pull it up right now.
Yeah, most hated.
All right, hold on. He did his 5 minutes. That was a 5-minute major. He's back. He's on the line.
Thank you.
He's unmuted.
Thank you.
Yeah. Technically, we only gave him a minor, but we forgot.
We weren't that quick with it, okay?
Mm-hmm. By the way, on your poll so far, it's 4 votes, and all of them are Antonio Brown.
That don't mean anything. That's 4 votes. That's like all you guys. We already know you went with James, little James. So it's fine.
Uh-huh.
Marco and Justin are with me on this one.
All right. Yeah, it looks like the most hated is Justin. Oh, no. Is it myself? No, it's Justin.
Oh, the people are already voting?
No, I'm going by the YouTube videos. YouTube videos.
Oh, yeah, the YouTube videos without. See, I leave a dirty comment on my YouTube videos. I will come after you.
Who's the special guest on it?
What did you say?
Hey, who's the special guest that's supposed to be calling in?
We can't tell
Odell.
you. It's still
Snap, it's Odell.
Tom,
your question
but then
was
we'd
that
have to kill you.
Tom, your question was that dumb. I'm sorry.
No, I think next week we're gonna have the special guest.
Nice.
Holy shit.
Hey, I know the top 100. Obviously, it's not really that big of a deal, clearly. But how do you guys feel about Landon Collins being 28?
Tom says
I thought it was garbage, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
It's a popularity contest between the players. That's all it is.
Yeah. I think that he would have been higher if it wasn't like a first year. You know what I mean? Because like when you have 1 year where you do good, you're not as likely to be way up high because not enough of the players know you.
Well, the fact is, if you're finals for defensive player of the year, how are you not in the top 10?
I pay absolutely no attention to those.
I honestly think he should have gotten it. That's just me.
Well, the fact that Eli has a big top 100 is bullshit. Anyway.
Yeah, the fact that, I mean, they put J.J. Watt and Adrian Peterson in it, so I mean.
Those things are stupid. They're just fodder to get us to next season. That's all it is.
Yeah. It's like what shows like us do during the off season, just to kill time.
Yeah. You know, I mean, they're on top of 100 players. I mean, you're splitting fucking straws, dude. I mean, these guys they could all play.
Hey, I want to get a little argument. So, top 3 running backs in the league.
My opinion, Le'Veon Bell, David Johnson. Oh, wait, are we going off of pure talent, or are we going off of, like, production, or, like, pure just talent?
Whatever you want.
Okay, so I'm going off of pure talent, and I have a little bit of bias towards him. So
Wrong.
He's number 3 for me. I have a little bit of bias. It's Todd Gurley. I think Todd Gurley's their top 3 potential-wise.
Wrong.
It's called an opinion.
Wrong.
It's a wrong opinion.
Wrong.
Wait a minute. We have a vote for AJ Green.
Yeah.
Was it from Tim?
I swear to God it was me.
Tim voted.
My vote's coming, but it has not come yet.
AJ Green voted. That was AJ Green.
AJ Green, if you want on the show, come on down.
Yeah. AJ, I know we're a Giants show, but we take you.
Yeah.
Give him the number, Marco.
Sure, the number is 516-453-9383.
You should tag them in the post. You should fucking tweet them in the post, in the section, comment section. Hey guys, chime in on this.
AJ, please vote. We need the vote.
We need the vote, AJ. Please.
You know, just tag the Bengals team site.
Stick up for your boy.
Yep. Problem is, there are more Steelers fans, but whatever.
Wait, so who's y'all's top 3 running backs?
It's
Le'Veon Bell, David Johnson, Ezekiel Elliott.
In that order?
That's my order. Yeah.
Of course, in that order. Of course.
I'm gonna say it's those 3. I'm gonna flip the first
David
2.
Johnson, Le'Veon Bell.
So I'm gonna go David Johnson, Le'Veon Bell, only because of durability concerns.
I like Le'Veon Bell, man. He does not drop that ball.
And the fact that Le'Veon Bell can't get off the weeds.
That's why I put him first.
We know that's why you put him first.
That's why I put him first. He's an advocate for the herbal remedies. I love him.
He still has
I'm fine with Le'Veon Bell, honestly. I can't really argue that.
Le'Veon Bell is, to watch him run, is is poetry in motion. He glides, man. He really does, and he's so patient. He's a bad man, and he's versatile. I mean, you can line him up anywhere, and he just destroys you. I don't know. I like David Johnson, but Le'Veon Bell, when he's healthy, and it's tough finding a back better than him.
Yeah, well, that's the problem is, he's not usually healthy. At least, he definitely misses games, whether it's suspension or whatever.
Sure.
But I'll give Le'Veon Bell number one for right now. Unless David Johnson's fine. I get, it's the only thing he's only done it 1 year, so it's kind of like prisoner of the moment kind of thing. But it's fuck Zeke.
Who?
I'm gonna go LaShawn McCoy.
I think Todd Gurley, man. I like Todd Gurley. It's my boy.
Not after last year. I would put Todd Gurley up there.
Well, I mean, look at the offensive line that kid's running behind.
We got breaking news?
Yes. Another vote has come in for AJ Green.
Oh shit!
You went and made two. You went and made two.
That's Tim's mom. That's Tim's mom.
I text her what you guys were talking about.
Tim's camp counselor is gonna fucking vote next.
Marvin Lewis voted.
You got a wide reach down here, guys. Down south.
Andy Dalton just played the vote.
Hey, so I have a.
Have we got the most hated host out there? Is that Twitter poll out there?
No, it's actually not out there.
You want me to win so bad, Tim.
I want the most hated host out there.
So they can see it says, but no problem.
And I want them to leave comments.
I want them to leave comments.
I want them to leave comments. Because personally, I want James to get all fired up. And for probably till about 2 o'clock in the morning.
I'm not getting fired up about these fucking people on Twitter.
Yeah, first of all, you would absolutely get fired up.
That's not true.
Oh, no. That's not true.
The votes wouldn't bother you. The comments would.
No,
and that's when you would start. You would start until about 2 o'clock in the morning.
Why are you yelling?
You know what?
I have to work tomorrow.
You know why I don't care about Twitter? You know why I don't care about Twitter?
Mm-hmm. Why?
Because our president uses Twitter.
No. I'll just call everybody snowflakes and go to sleep. That's all.
That's what she says.
Exactly.
Twitter lost all credibility when our president got on it.
Downgrade?
That is the best sound clip that we have so far. That is fucking phenomenal. Play that again. That's what she said. Is that Francesca?
That is.
That's what she said.
So good. Oh, that's so great.
I'll just slip it in.
Do you remember when?
Oh my God, that is so good.
I never said that.
You did say that.
You did. You just said you'd slip it in, Mike.
You said it twice, Mike.
I never said that.
You did.
God,
you just said you slipped it in, Mike.
This guy won't admit it.
Oh my God!
Why are you yelling?
I don't know.
Why are you yelling?
We could just have conversations with Francesca through his fucking sound bites. It's great.
That's not true.
It is true, Mike. We're doing it right now.
Oh boy, back after this.
We get Francesca on the show.
That's a good one.
Let him come on our show.
Oh my God, that was funny.
Oh God, Jesus, that is precious stuff.
So I have another topic that I want to discuss. That is a New York sports topic. and only secondarily related to the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Who cares about the Yankees?
Shut up, Ben.
If we could have Aaron Judge play one of the following positions, which would it be?
Oh, God, I already knew it was coming.
Left tackle, tight end, or linebacker. I mean, this kid, you want to talk about a superstar. Every freaking night.
Yeah. I would rather him play right field and just stay there. For the 15 years right now.
Want a drink. Here we go.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was supposed to be you guys that were the talk of the town, but you guys aren't showing up.
Oh my God, we're injured. We're injured. What do you want me to tell you?
Nah, first of all, I don't get excited about baseball. I mean, I'm following them, and this is great, but it's a long, 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 long season. And I think you're going to look up in late August, and it's going to be a pennant race, and anything can happen. I think the Mets will be in it, too, by that time. So, I mean, this is great right now. This is great right now, what he's doing, Judge. It's amazing, but it's a long year. I love what I see.
Did you see the home run hit Saturday?
Yeah. I've seen every one of them. It's unreal. And in the moment, it's great. And I'm cheering at the game for the game, but like, there's a handful of Yankee fans right now that are saying like that they have them in the playoffs and they have them, winning World Series and winning the World Series, and it's like, guys, just like pump the brakes. Like there's still huge question marks surrounding this team. Can the pitching last for a whole season? So they have some tools. They have some prospects, the Yanks. I mean, the future is really bright, but I'm not sold on this team yet as a whole. I'm excited about them, but I'm not sold.
I have MLB TV, and I watch it on my phone all the time, and whenever I cheer, I mean, my wife knows now. She's like, Aaron Judge hit another home run. Like, she doesn't even have to be watching. She
what's going to be really AJ Green took the lead.
AJ Green is closing the gap. 75-25 right now.
Uh-oh.
Damn straight.
23 hours to vote.
Wait, what's the vote?
75-25.
Yeah, 75% for Antonio Brown, 25% for AJ Green. It was at 11.
Now,
that's fine, guys. I will make sure.
If you guys want to slip in your vote,
I'll just slip it in.
Yeah,
just slip it
in. Yeah, please vote for AJ Green, especially because you guys know the most hated is James, and we're trying to win.
AJ needs to take this Twitter poll to his next contract negotiation.
Yeah.
Because there ain't no way that he deserves 25% of the vote. Twitter's drunk. It's time to go home.
Fake news.
You guys, you know what? I'm on my own on this one. It's fine. You know what? I was also on my own when I said I think Giants go 14-2. Eli MVP.
Yeah, you're still on your own on that.
All by himself. You should play the song.
All by myself. I'll just slip it in.
What record did you say Giants were in, James?
I said 12-4, I said.
That's not true.
It is
12-4.
That's what she says.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Justin?
What?
What's the record did you say for the Giants? Stop watching MLB Network.
For the Giants, 11-5.
I never said that.
You know what I'm going to say? Twitter poll it. What do you think the Giants' record will be this season?
How many fucking Twitter polls we got going?
Well, he never put up the most hated. He never put up the most hated.
We got another vote. Antonio Brown. Knock them down a peg.
I think we'll go 13-3. I think we'll go 13-3.
I got 14-2.
You have 14-2. I got 13-3.
Well, what do you have, Marco?
We're still the Giants, and sometimes we still mess up quite a bit. So.
I think I had him at. I gave him a game extra at 12-4. 12-4,
Marco and me were 12-4.
I gave him the Brandon Marshall game. I gave him 1 win on that.
The Brandon Marshall game.
Yeah, Brandon Marshall gives him 1 extra game, 1 extra win.
That's it? God. You guys are so Debbie Downers, man. How did we not get better? How did we not get better in this offseason?
We did get better.
You can get better and still. You can get better and lose more games. You can get better and lose more games. You don't know how the season's going to go.
We could maybe score more than 23 points and still have the same record.
You're telling me you can't see this team maybe stumbling out of the gate a little bit? They got some new pieces. Maybe some shit happens, and they catch fire down the stretch. They end up being 10-6, and they get in, and then they get hot and go to the Super Bowl. I mean, you never know.
No, actually, I'm scared the other way around. To be honest with you.
I would much rather do it with 12-4, 13-3, and get a bye. But I mean, you could see this team and they have enough talent to get there in multiple ways. I mean, if they lost a couple of close ones or some shit happened and they ended up being 10-6, just get in. Just get in.
You just have to.
I'll just slip it in.
Just slip it in.
I don't want to just get in. I literally want the Giants to have a bye. So, heaven forbid we got an injury that someone gets a little healthier.
Yeah, you know what, though? Sometimes, it's crazy because sometimes these teams, they have a bye, and then they come out of the bye and they're cold. And the team that played during Wild Card Week has momentum, and they're hot, and they end up catching somebody at the wrong time. So, I mean, you never know what the right thing or the wrong thing or what's better for that team at that time. If you're healthy and you don't have injuries, maybe it's better off playing in the wild card round.
I don't want the Giants playing in Green Bay.
What's up?
I don't want Giants playing in Green Bay again. I want some home field advantage.
See, with this team, I really don't care. I'm not scared to go anywhere to play. I don't think they have a team. I don't think they have a team that's going to be intimidated walking into these stadiums on the road. They have a veteran quarterback. They got playmakers. They have a really good defense. Defense travels.
Defense travels. Oh, James.
Yeah, baby. Defense travels.
But the thing is, like a guy like Odell, if he has home field advantage,
no, because Odell's the type of guy. We've seen him do it on the road too.
Odell, what's with you, Odell?
Yeah.
Odell.
Yeah.
Odell, what's with you, Odell?
Love him.
I gotta be honest.
Your relative,
half of
James.
the Francesa drops, I can't tell if it's Francesa or James. Honestly.
Yeah, it sounds exactly the same.
That's what she
Why
said.
are you yelling? Why are you yelling?
Who's the why you're yelling? Is that James?
Why are you yelling?
Why are you yelling?
No, they're Francesa.
I'll just slip it
in.
They're all
I'll just slip it in.
I just slipped it in.
And the what's with you, Odell, is Vic DiBitetto.
Like, Odell, what's with you, Odell?
Why are you yelling?
That's called an interception, jerk off.
That's my favorite.
I'll never forget the night James hosted. He clicked that like 72 times.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, draft night.
It was the draft night, right?
Yep. That's when Marco's out hobnobbing with Caprio.
With Leo.
Yep.
Name dropping and shit.
Yep. Oh, guys,
Who
this is
the
a
fuck
party
is on
on
a
that.
1930s typewriter?
I think that will be the intern.
Holy shit. Man, see, I'm just typing up this article real quick, see?
Oh, shit, sorry, guys. Sorry. No, I just realized you guys could hear that. My bad. My bad.
The intern.
That's my keyboard. My apologies.
I'm sitting here on my Tommy gun.
Yeah. Wow, my lord.
No, he was answering questions on the polls.
He was
voting for fucking sending him via fucking crow?
Sorry, I type like an adult, man. I type like an adult, man. So
Why are you yelling?
I was just about to say that.
That actually wasn't the button. It sounded like it. Oh, my God. This is hysterical. All right.
Did we even talk about Giants stuff today?
Let's talk about the NBA draft.
That thing is so loud.
We didn't talk about Giants stuff. That's breaking news. No one knows the severity of the Fluker's injury. Is he out a serious chunk of time?
So, what I read today about the Fluker injury was he was writhing in pain as he walked off the field into the training room, holding his elbow but not moving his arm.
All right, so let's say worst case scenario, separated his elbow. Somebody
Can you separate your elbow?
What did you break it? Whatever the fuck.
Yeah. Whatever. It's June. I'm not worried about it.
Well, no. So let's go to Google. Todd. Where the fuck is WMD?
Google guy.
Go to WMD.
J-Zach, over here.
So see for a broken elbow, what's the estimated time of recovery?
Broken elbow, recovery time.
Yeah, recovery time. Broken elbow, separated, whatever the fuck. 8 weeks.
Okay, it's 2 to 8 weeks.
2 to 8 weeks?
Yeah. Well, that's estimated on pretty much any bone, but for an elbow fracture, fractures can take up to 2 to 8 weeks, but an actual broken bone can take 8 to 13 weeks or something like that.
But are you looking at the elbow specifically?
Yeah, I know, broken elbow.
So at the worst case, 13 weeks.
Yeah.
Right.
I know everybody's doing the math to try to figure out what the math puts at.
That'd be right at the start of the season.
Worst case scenario, you're looking at he could end up missing maybe 1 or 2 weeks of the season if it lingers.
Yeah.
But you're not looking at something that you have. It's not a torn ACL. You haven't lost him for the year, and that's a worst case scenario that it lingers into that. That's the 13-week scenario. So he can conceivably be back in camp, and it's not something like a knee or an ankle or anything like that. It's an elbow. So you figure, pretty strong guy, pretty big guy. You hope that with the right treatment, he heals quickly. He's back in camp and contributing by the time the season starts. Not a big deal.
Not a big deal because the fact is we don't even know if he's going to be John Jerry out for the right guard spot anyway.
I think he's going to. I think they're just starting him where he was. I think the goal was to get him into that spot, and it probably hasn't changed. Like, there's an inconvenience. It may set it back a little bit. Like, maybe he doesn't open the season at right guard, but you got to figure that they brought him in, and as long as he's performing and doing what they want him to do, they're gonna give him an opportunity to play. He's a massive body. He's a good player. He started on a pretty good offense throughout the first couple of years of his NFL career. Say what you want about him. San Diego's had their problems, but for the most part, their offense has been competent. They're able to run the ball. They're able to throw the ball. They're able to do what they need to do to put points on the board. So, I don't think this is a huge deal. But you hope he gets back as soon as possible. You want to get as many reps as he can and get comfortable so that they can feel comfortable putting him in that first spot over Jerry. I'll give you that.
Yeah. Worst case scenario is pretty much that we have the same offensive line that we had last year, which at minimum we have continuity.
Well, that would give that would also give other guys opportunity. Then you're talking about where if that was to happen, now do they move the rookie? How do you pronounce it? Bizawadi, and did they move him inside? There's a guy that could potentially give you something at right guard if you needed it as well to maybe compete with Jerry. I don't know. They've mentioned that guy at right guard, looking at him at right guard before. Are there any others? Brett Jones, is that a guy now that steps in and challenges Jerry for that spot? So they still have some options. Do they bring somebody in from outside if it's that bad?
Nick Mangold is just sitting around doing nothing.
Nick Mangold is just sitting around doing nothing. Very interesting to say that, Marco. He could provide some much-needed depth.
We have Adam Dennis, guys.
Excuse me.
That's who came in from Fluker.
Somebody just took a hit of the Ripper.
Yep.
No, it's choking on my water.
Water.
It went down the wrong pipe.
You are.
Oh, Marco, you missed it.
You don't drink the water.
The minute he said that went down the wrong pipe, you should have been like, that's what she said.
Yeah, he could have said it.
There you go.
Over a stupid fucking AJ Green vote. That was the breaking news.
What happened with the AJ Green vote?
He's pulling. It's 73% for Antonio Brown. AJ now has 27, climbing closer and closer.
We're almost at that 30% that you guys didn't think I was going to get.
That is kind of true.
I'm just glad there's a lot of people that are like-minded out there. There are the sheep and going on the Antonio Brown train.
Sheep.
All right, let's see.
Going along with the NWO.
Man, hey, let's take a shot of that. How many of you...
I never said that.
WCW? How many of you came here to see WCW? Remember that shit? That was the best. That was wrestling's heyday right there.
You know who I was watching highlights of the other day? Ravishing Rick Rude.
Oh.
He was great.
He was great.
Everyone I liked was a bad guy, which is my favorite.
I liked Roddy Piper.
He's like seriously wrestling and poke the guy in the eye.
That was great. Roddy had no wrestling fucking moves whatsoever. He was the worst wrestler ever. But he was so great with his mouth, it didn't even matter. That's what she said.
I just want to put out there, guys, that I accidentally voted for Antonio Brown, so that vote does not count.
No,
I was literally just
subconsciously, you know that you're fucking wrong.
I literally was just scrolling up on my damn phone, and I hit the damn button. And I'm like, oh, you son of a bitch.
That was God.
That's because you have huge Donald Trump-like hands.
That's right.
We know Donald Trump has tiny hands. And everything that's associated
That's not true.
with having tiny hands.
That's not true.
And I just want to put out there, my wrestler was Steve Blackman, the Lethal Weapon. That's my boy.
Steve Blackman. Oh.
Yep.
MMA fighter Steve Blackman.
He might have been a little boring, but you know what? I like wrestlers that look like they can actually whoop your ass.
I'm going to throw this out there while we're here. Conor McGregor's going to get his ass kicked.
Oh, he's going to get destroyed.
I hope he kicks fucking that piece of shit right in his esophagus. I hope the whole thing is a plot and set up as a boxing match, and the minute as the bell rings, they come out like they're going to box, and McGregor kicks him right in his fucking throat and then pummels him into the ground.
That would be awesome.
Be amazing. I would be for that, but it's not going to happen. I mean, that would be the best thing ever, because I hate Mayweather.
I fucking hate Mayweather, man.
He's a sorry excuse for a boxer. Floyd, if you're listening, call in.
Yeah, defend yourself, fool. Paper champion.
Did anyone hear Mike Tyson talk about Floyd Mayweather, that he's scared? He's a scared little man who can't drop his kids off to school by himself?
Yep. And Mike is right. And if there's anybody who knows anything about anything, it's Mike Tyson.
That's actually accurate information.
Mike Tyson is a scholar.
Todd, you writing the longest email ever? What's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Todd.
I'm just arguing with some
What are you
idiot
doing,
on
Todd?
the computer. I'm sorry, I'm arguing with some idiot on the computer.
See? I'm running this police report, see? This cop said, man, see? So I moved my typewriter, see? That's what I'm doing, see?
Right, me.
I feel like Todd's smoking a cigar.
Yeah. He's got a fucking one of those paper hats on.
He's wearing bottle cap eyeglasses.
He's got suspenders on. He's got fucking suspenders on, dude. The phone's gonna ring. He's gonna run over to the fucking. Give me fucking Parker Avenue, 7734. See, man, see.
He ripped open his shirt and there's the S.
Yep.
Todd, are you Superman?
Superman? No, I'd rather be the Flash than Superman anyway.
Oh, put him on fucking mute for that. Who would rather
Oh,
be
my
the
God.
Flash?
Are you
That's
kidding me?
No.
Oh, you know what? Superhero absolutely debate.
I never said that.
He did. He just fucking said that. He would rather be the Flash than
I never
Superman.
said that.
He did. He did say it, Mike.
Oh, my God.
Well, if Mike just listened, you get it.
That's not true.
It is, Mike.
That's not true. I never said that.
He did say it.
Why are you yelling?
Because he fucking just said that he'd rather be the Flash than Superman.
I never said that.
No, but he did.
That's not true.
But it is, Mike. Mike's confused.
I'll just slip it in.
If you're going to slip it in, Mike, then just do it already.
That's what she says. I'll just slip it in.
Yeah. Real quick. Just a tip. Just for a second. Just to see how it feels.
Oh, boy. Back after this.
James, you'll enjoy this. I had to write a piece of training material this week, and one of the things that they wanted me to focus on was weddings.
Uh-oh.
And so for my title, I put it's wedding season. No excuses. Sell like a champion.
That's right.
And set that out to the entire company.
Dude, on my computer screen at work, when you go in and you log on to my computer screen at work, the first thing that pops up is on the screen. It says, Rule 76, no excuses, play like a champion. Words to live by, gentlemen.
I'm gonna let the listeners behind the curtain a little bit. When James and I worked together, we may or may not have sat next to each other for multiple weeks just quoting Wedding Crashers for hours.
That may or may not have happened.
That was the formation of Starsky and Hutch. The NWO.
That's not true.
That's sort of true.
Oh, God.
That's not true.
Marco, should we just leave the room or what? Let them, make out?
I'll just slip it in.
Oh.
It sounds like they're already in anyway.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, but hell.
I never said that.
love Jimmy, but
That's not true.
Yeah, we hit that sound. Killed the show.
2-minute warning.
My takeaway from the show today, with 2 minutes left, is this: the Francesa drops bring a whole new element to the show that we have never seen before, and the possibilities now are endless.
Guys, I want to have enough Francesa drops so it's like he's here.
That's exactly what it's like. Yes, bingo.
Like we could have a
yes.
We could have a Francesa segment where we interview him, and he answers off of drops.
Oh God, that is such a priceless piece of yes.
Yep.
We should do that. We need to put that. We need to piece that together.
Slowly,
let's start.
Coming together.
Mike, how do you feel about Odell Beckham?
Slip that in.
Why are you yelling?
No, is he not the Odell? What's with you, Odell?
Oh no, he's not. But
like Odell, what's with you, Odell?
The drops are precious.
My takeaway from this show is, I think Francesa, whatever his fucking last name is related to James, because they sound exactly the same.
My takeaway from this show is that whoever thinks that AJ Green is better than Antonio Brown needs a helmet.
They can ride next to me on the short bus. I rode the short bus.
Oh, Christ, we're all going to hell. At least we'll fucking be able to do the podcast together down there.
Yeah. At least we'll be able to do it from the same spot.
Wait.
Our friend Justin's fucking definitely going to be in hell, too, so that'll be good.
Justin, did you officially put in for vacation?
I did.
I don't know. I didn't see an email come in.
Well, I'm actually on vacation from July 1st to July 11th. So,
look at you.
Yeah, how about that?
Wow.
I won't
Did you put that in with Marco or what?
No, I just do what I want to do. I didn't even tell my real job. I'm just not showing up for 10 days.
I'm a little disappointed to tell you that I thought we were going to be able to schedule the cruise during the bye week, but it turned out that the bye week cruise was sold out. Must be a lot of Giants fans cruising out of Baltimore. So I will be missing the game against the Rams, because I will be in the South Caribbean working on my suntan. I am DVRing the game. And the Sunday we get back, we also play the 49ers, I believe. So I'm going to double up my Giants' pleasure. I'll watch the Rams game on DVR in the morning, and then we'll watch San Francisco at 4:25.
How are you not going to be? Are you telling me you're gonna purposely not get the score of the game while you're away? I find that fascinating.
No.
Your willpower.
Listen, with the way that we're, I don't mean to toot our own horn here, but with the way that we're locked in on social media, and with the amount of Giants information that I get on social media now, it's going to be unavoidable. But I'm still going to want to watch the game either way because I care about what happens. And I want to be able to talk about it whenever I come back so I can say, listen, this is what happened while I was gone. This is what I think about it. Odell, you're the man.
I thought you were going to go on like a communication, like a no information freeze while you were away.
No, I mean, I don't know.
I always find that fascinating when people can do that during football season.
Assuming that I'll tell you guys this. That Wednesday that I'm in the Bahamas, I will, if I have access to a phone line, I'll call in from the Bahamas. I'll be the international correspondent.
Nice.
What did you guys think of our London correspondent?
I like that. It's pretty funny.
Yeah,
yeah,
pretty good.
He's pretty funny. We have one coming from Canada, and
we need to get the guy from Italy on.
Where's Norway at?
To coordinate it. Yeah, where is
we
Norway
need to fucking. Oh, Norway. Hey, Norway. What's up, baby? Hey, Norway. What's up?
Norway loves Francesa.
Oh,
proven fact. Huge. It's 4 minutes left in this podcast.
I'm bowing out, fellas.
All right.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, same for me, guys. I gotta get to sleep, man.
All right.
Do good, gents.
Thank you.
Next week it is.
Turn.
Yep. See you guys.
Later.
Callers dropping. All right. Tim, you still on with me?
Yeah, I'm on right now. I'm on.
We'll be ending this. All right, everyone. I'll give a little State of the Union. We're doing pretty well on Facebook. We're at 90. That would be awesome. 39,058 followers. We are at
almost at that 40.
Almost at 40,000 on YouTube. We've been doing it for a few months. We're at 826, and we got Twitter at 1,714. So please follow me, follow the crew, join in on Wednesdays, and when this is live tomorrow, when it's up on YouTube, hit that like button, throw some comments, and we pretty much answer everything.
Yep.
I will see everyone next week. Tim, thanks for jumping on.
No problem.
James and Justin, I know they hung up, but thank you. And it's always a blast. Talk to everyone later.